Right, so I think you guys might be my bad luck charm. I think I'm going to have to make a wee change to the series and stop showing you any games at all. Because whenever I show you games, we normally don't play particularly well, normally end up losing. And whenever I don't show you the games, we win them. Let me show you what I mean. Hello and welcome on into the 11am Sports YouTube channel here for the Killie boys on Football Manager 21. If you are new around here, then do hit that subscribe button for daily, Monday to Friday, 11am content of Football Manager 21 with the Killie boys here. And if you missed the last episode, go back and have a look at that because I'm just about to talk about what happened in it. You've got 2 seconds. That's you. Go and have a look. Anyway, last time out, we played against Queen's Park, where we won 1-0, and we also played against Celtic, where we lost 2-0. Disappointing. As I was saying, we didn't play particularly well against Queen's Park when you got to see it, and then we lost to Celtic. The 2 games I've played away from camera, a 3-0 win at home to Celtic, Charles Bolly against Kastrup, and Bernila getting the goals. And then against Rangers, Bolly with 2 and Kastrup with 1, and we won 3-1. So between Celtic and Rangers, 3-0 and 3-1 respectively. Bolly and Kastrup, I realise, scored in both those games. So with you guys not watching and us winning those 2 games, it does mean that we are currently 3 points ahead at the top of the league table. And we have 1 game left before the split happens. To be honest, we already know who's going to be in the top 6. You can see St Mirren on 47, Motherwell on 35. So that top 6 splits quite nicely. That is unfortunate for us, however, because one of our kind of bogey teams this season, you can see the games we've lost. 2 to Rangers, 1 to Celtic, 1 to St Mirren. And the games we've drawn include St Mirren in there as well, and we have to play up against St Mirren. So we have actually dropped 4 points against St Mirren in the 3 games we've played against them this year. In fact, we've dropped more than 4 points. They've gained 4 points, so we've actually dropped 5 points, which is very disappointing indeed. But today we will play the last game before the split actually happens, which is against Hearts, another team who are going to be in the top 6. You can see Celtic play St Mirren and Rangers play Queen's Park, so they have slightly easier games than us, I would say. Certainly Rangers do. And then we'll play against Celtic for the 3rd time in about 5 games or something like that. We'll play them in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. Let's get into that game against Hearts. So the team we're going to go with is the one that just beat Rangers not too long ago. In fact, it was Wednesday night. This is getting played on this Saturday. The main difference to what you've probably seen the team before is they're playing Finn Malcolm up front instead of Alan Graham, because Graham was injured for the Rangers game. He is now back from injury, so he's going to sit on the bench. So the team looks like this: much in goal with Hamilton and Hardley in front, Egan Riley on the right and Kokavas on the left. Velasquez and Kastrup, they now have a very good relationship in the middle of the park there, with Dylan Tate just in front, Bernila on the right, Charles Bolly, who's making that left-hand side position his own. And up front, as I said, Finn Malcolm. Let's see how we do against Hearts here in this last game of the regular season. And the players take their positions on the field of play, and we get this game underway. Hearts playing a very strange formation again. There's 5 at the back, 2 in the middle, and 2 kind of in behind the striker. Let's see how our formation matches up against theirs. It's a free kick for Hearts here. Suter finds Connell, and what's going to happen here? All the way back to their goalkeeper, McDermott. It's not Danny Rogers. I wonder what happened to Danny Rogers. Obviously, we sold Danny Rogers to Hearts, and he'd been their first choice keeper for quite a few years. Joyce down the right-hand side, and he plays it back to McCalmont, and back to Joyce. And this ball could come into the box. It does indeed. It's headed away by Hardley as far as Joyce, and Novakovic scores a goal. He is the danger man up front for Hearts, and he's managed to get away from the defender and get a headed goal here. See, Joyce swings the ball, and we get the first one away just about with Hardley. It goes out as far as that, and Hamilton loses his man. Novakovic was the one he was marking, and we're down 1-0. We've got the ball with a throw in here after half an hour. Egan Riley on the right hand side throws it into Tate. Back to Egan Riley, swings the ball across to Kokavas. Well, he hit it. Well, indeed, and whoa, what a goal! Stylianos Kokavas. Fantastic finish from the left back. The 2 fullbacks creating that goal. You see Egan Riley here cuts inside and swings over a ball. Kokavas takes one touch, 2, hits it. Oh, it's gone through the hands, it looks like, of McDermott, but we will take that. A good finish. And that's it back to 1-all. And we've got a corner kick here. Bolly swings it in and Hardley heads it in. And from 1-0 down in the space of 5 minutes, he scored 2 goals to get back to be 2-1 up. Yet again, the defenders taking the bit between their teeth and getting the goals for us, especially when our strikers are struggling. Great header from Hardley. He's been a great sign, a free sign, I remember, in at centre back, can also play left back as well. And that's 2-1. And that's us reached half time at 2-1. A nice performance so far, apart from that little lapse of defensive play from Hamilton at the back. But 2-1, hopefully we can continue on. You can see the statistics, we're really dominating. 11 shots to 4 and 67% possession to 33%. Malcolm is not performing well at all, so we'll bring on Alan Graham for some time up there. And 2 players on yellow cards. We're going to make a triple change. I know that's not always recommended. I'll bring on Finn Mooney alongside Robbie Burton in the middle, just so we don't get any sendings offs there. Tate swings the ball in, it's cleared by the goalkeeper, and Novakovic comes away with the ball for Hearts. Is this going to be a highlight? It may be. It's not. There we go, fantastic. Instead, we've got another highlight here. Egan Riley with the ball from the throw-in. He swings it over, Bolly with it. Does he find Kokavas? Will Kokavas hit it for his second? He tries to get round his man. He swings the ball himself, or is he going to get fouled? Swings the ball in, it gets cleared away. Burton on the right finds Egan Riley. Our fullbacks are really far forward here. Tate, and it's just saved and cleared away by the defence. And the extra, or added time I should say, is just ticking away here at the end of the second half. Kind of slightly boring that second half, wasn't it, after all those goals in the first half? But a nice 2-1 victory for us there. We'll take that going into the split. And you can see, once this media reaction is finished, I'm not going to talk to the media, you can see that we are still top of the table. Celtic won 3-0, Rangers won 4-1. So their goal difference is much superior to ours, but we are, more importantly, ahead on points. And you can see just beside me over there, the fixture list has come out for the championship group after the split. And surprise, surprise, as always happens, we play against the old firm in the last 2 games of the season. And that could prove to be vital and really interesting for the top 3 title race. I'm interested to see when Celtic play against Rangers. I'll scroll down their things. They play them earlier on. They're playing the second fixture. They play against each other. But I say we play against Celtic and Rangers in the last 2, which could make the end of the season very interesting indeed. But let's get on with this Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic, and hopefully we can put them out and perhaps affect their morale in a negative sense. So here we are. Here are the 11 men who will be performing and performing. That's not the right words for what they're doing, is it? They'll be playing in this Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic. I've just kept the same 11 as the last game. I thought they played fairly well. Maybe not Finn Malcolm, but I'm going to give him the game up front again just to see what he can do. So the same 11 boys, much with Hamilton and Hardley at the back, Egan Riley and Kokavas at fullback, Velasquez and Kastrup in the middle, Tate just in front, Bonilla and Bolly either side, and Malcolm up front. Let's get into it. Let's see how they get on. And here are the Celtic team we're up against. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Some familiar names in there. Thankfully, Dick Petty's not starting. He normally gives us some problems. But you can see we're in some decent form here. Didn't realise quite how similar Velasquez and Bonilla looked. They could very easily be brothers, even though they're from separate countries, Peru and Colombia, respectively. But yeah, this game starts up against Celtic. No shots so far in the first 10 minutes. Very boring indeed. Here is the first highlight of the game, 26 minutes in, and Hamilton has the ball. He plays it forward to Bonilla. We've got a chance here. Bonilla has a lot of pace if he can get past his man on that right-hand side. He tries to. He may play it back to CJ Egan Riley. No, he gets past the man. Egan Riley puts it into the box, and Kastrup hits it. It's off the underside of the bar. Kastrup has some great shots in this series, some great goals. And that was nearly another one there. Malcolm finds Kastrup. We're recycling the play. Bolly hits it off his man, Velasquez, into Egan Riley. And the ball comes away. And could this be a Celtic chance after what I thought would have been our Kilmarnock chance here? Christie plays the ball forward to Carlos Fernandez, and can they score? It's just about challenged by Hamilton, it looks like. And the ball comes away. Throw in here for Celtic on the right hand side. Christie to Latomba here. Latomba plays the ball in and it gets cleared away by Hamilton. As far as Ramos and Mingo down the line to Guiri. And can we keep this out? McGregor with the ball into Rodriguez, and much flies through the air, but it's headed away by Hamilton eventually. Can we put pressure on the Celtic defence here and maybe get the ball back? Guiri tries to run onto that ball, but Much collects it. Are we going to get a highlight of our own here before half time? Hardley gets the ball and finds Kokavas with it. And Velasquez and Hardley and Kokavas, some nice play passing in triangles to put the back here. The three of them again decide to pass in triangles. And it's played forward from Hardley for Malcolm. And can Malcolm score? Oh, it's wide of the goal. What an opportunity for Finn Malcolm to get that goal just before half time. It would be a very, very important time to get a goal if we could have got one. But it was not to be. I'll say I'm pleased with how things are going. I am, to be honest. We've basically dominating the game, double the shots. If you look at the clear cut chances, we had one, and that I didn't even get to see that, annoyingly. It wasn't one of the highlights, but we are dominating possession as well as the chances in the game. But Celtic have a chance to come away here. Fernandez on the ball, and he shoots, and it's been disallowed for offside. The pacey striker tried to get behind, but he just didn't time his run correctly. We'll see here, half a yard, not a lot of margin for error there for our defence, but 0-0 still. Just over an hour in, it's time for some changes. First one, definitely Finn Malcolm, not doing it for us today. We'll bring on Alan Graham, see if he can do it for us. He had started to score a little bit towards the end of the season. And you can see in midfield, there's a lot of players not playing that well. We'll take off Charles Bolly and put Rodell Richards, who has been playing a little bit as a kind of backup left winger for us so far this kind of end of the season, because we've not been playing Larice on the bench. And Darren Burke's away out on loan to St Mirren as well, so we don't really have a backup left midfielder after Charles Bolly's playing. So we'll make those two changes. Fairly attacking, to be honest. It's two strikers really coming on, and Richards and Graham, and we'll see what happens. Richards gets the ball from the throw to Kastrup here just a few minutes after the changes. Tate with it on the right hand side now. What's he going to do? He's going to hit himself, and he doesn't strike it cleanly, and it's over the bar. Not at all handsome there, that strike. Egan Riley finds Velasquez though from the throw just a matter of seconds later. Hamilton plays it long to Egan Riley and back to Velasquez, who's filling in there for Egan Riley when he ventures forward. Tate tries to find Richards, but he gets intercepted, and Celtic have a chance to break away here. Latomba with it, hardly misses his challenge. Kokavas gets his challenge, but eventually Latomba gets the ball as well, and Kokavas blocks it this time. He gets back again, and Hamilton clears it. And Bonilla has a chance to run with his pace. He's got 17 acceleration, 17 pace, remember, down that right-hand side. Can he swing the ball into the box, cause something dangerous? He does indeed, and Richards heads in, it's off the bar. And goodness me, what an exciting passage of play that was there. There's 15 minutes to go and Celtic have got the ball, but they've thrown it straight to Dylan Tate here, and Alan Graham has it. And what can he do? Now he's come off the bench. He's been on the field for about 10 minutes. Kokavas loses the ball to Latomba. It's all the way back to Laird and over to McGregor for Celtic. It's played down the left-hand side to Mauro Jr. It's through to Carlos Fernandez, and he finishes, and this time he's not offside. And it's 1-0 to Celtic. It's been a fairly even game, it looks like, but unfortunately Celtic are the ones with the goal, and that's 1-0 to Celtic. I've demanded more from the team, and I'm going to take off Dylan Tate and bring on Robbie Burton to sit in that attacking midfield space for the last 10 minutes. I'm not going to change to attacking because, to be honest, I don't think we play that well on attacking. We play better on positive. The ball swung in from Kokavas to the corner, and Klassen collects it. And I'm worried this could be a Celtic chance. It's come to Traore. Remember last season he scored a lot of goals against us, and he nearly scores another one there. But it's a great save from Robbie Much off the bar, off the post, I should say. It's a Celtic corner kick. Christie swings it in, and it's headed away. There are 5 minutes to go. I might actually go very attacking. It normally doesn't work going very attacking in Football Manager, but I'm going to try it here for the last 5 minutes. We'll demand more from the team. There's 5 minutes added time. 1 minute left of that added time here. Could we be getting knocked out of the Scottish Cup? We are indeed. A 1-0 loss to Celtic. Oh, no, look at the players' ratings. They're not that great, but statistically, it was very similar. And if anything, we deserved more according to the expected goals. But it was not to be. I'm going to say, I'll say I can't fault your effort. 1-0 loss to Celtic. We still aren't favourites for these games. Celtic and Rangers are still projected to beat us, but that 1-0 loss to Celtic from that Fernandez goal means that we do miss out on the Scottish Cup final. We beat Rangers on the way, but we could not beat Celtic. So this season is actually getting fairly exciting in the Scottish Premiership. You see, with 5 games to go, we are 3 points ahead of Celtic and 5 points ahead of Rangers, which means I think I'm going to show you every single game of this run-in after these post-split fixtures, which means we're going to have 2 episodes. We'll have an Edinburgh special, Hibs and Hearts in the next episode, and then we'll do a triple header of St Mirren, Rangers and Celtic to finish the season, because this season, which did going to start off as if it was going to be one that's not interesting at all, it's turned into a very, very interesting season indeed. This is when we might actually win the league. I've said that probably properly believing it for the first time. All we need to do is probably get a win against one of the Old Firm, and it should be enough so long as we win the other games as well. We know, I think 4 wins will get us the league. Can we do it? That's to be seen, and you'll get to see every single one of those games to see if we can do it and actually bring a title to Kilmarnock for the first time since 1965. So if you have enjoyed that episode, even though we did unfortunately lose to Celtic again, it seems every time I show you a game against Celtic we do lose, and the one off camera we won 3-0. Maybe I shouldn't show you the last game of the season. Of course I will in a couple of episodes time. If you have enjoyed this episode though, do please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until the next one, we'll see you then.